Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Nerd.World Films, back after a small break because I'm fixing my house, as you can tell behind me. Still kind of in the middle of it. But this episode of Movie Vehicles is on the ATV from Aliens, one of the most badass vehicles in cinema history, one of the most badass movies ever made. I'm not even going to say I need to fight that corner because I don't think I do, because it is. This episode, after you like, share and subscribe, please, is brought to you by my sponsor, The Beard Struggle, who we will discuss later in the video, after I keep knocking my microphone. With that said, let's get into this.
The M577 Armored Personnel Carrier APC is a type of light armored tactical response vehicle employed by the United States Colonial Marine Corps. It is a lightweight troop transport designed to operate as a multi-role vehicle and capable of being dropped into combat by dropship. Aside from its principal transport role, the M577 is also equipped with sufficient weaponry to serve in an infantry support role on the ground. The M577 evolved from the Marine 70 battlefield deployment strategy, which called for a low-cost, lightweight APC capable of being transported rapidly into combat aboard the UD-4 Cheyenne dropship. As a result, the M577 is highly mobile and well-armed, but lighter and less capable than other APCs currently in service as a result of its need to be dropship transportable. Because of the weight restriction 15,000 kilograms imposed by the USCM during development, the vehicle's components were designed to be as lightweight as possible. The prototype chassis was based on that of the M570 family of wheeled vehicles, developed for use in a variety of roles throughout the 2160s. The final production chassis is constructed of bonded titanium. The M577 is based around a four-wheel drive layout employing electric hybrid propulsion. Each of the 159 cm diameter wheels is independently driven and houses an internal direct drive Roto-Dynamic Industries transaxle motor. Power is provided by batteries located at the rear of the vehicle, while a 286 kW Arco Continental R370 multi-fuel gas turbine is used to generate electricity when the batteries are low. The vehicle has a maximum range of 140 km on a single battery charge, but will use the turbine to recharge these cells, increasing the range to 580 km. The micro-turbine can be run on a variety of fuels, including diesel, biofuels, compressed natural gas and liquid petroleum gas. The M577 has a top speed of approximately 150 km/h, 93 miles per hour. Although the vehicle's wheeled configuration does not provide the same level of cross-country performance as tracked vehicles, it is both lighter and more reliable. Each of the wheels can steer independently for increased maneuverability. The tires are armored against small arms fire and shrapnel, and their pressure is controlled by a central regulation system, allowing the driver to reduce the vehicle's ground pressure over soft terrain by deflating the tires, whilst still being able to reinflate them for road travel. Ground clearance is normally only 22 centimeters, but the vehicle incorporates fully active hydro-pneumatic suspension, allowing for a clean ride even over rough terrain. Should the situation require, the suspension is capable of boosting clearance by up to 30 centimeters, which, combined with the vehicle's large tires, allows the M577 to tackle vertical obstacles up to half a meter in height. The M577's chassis incorporates a 5 cm foam-packed floor cavity to protect occupants against explosives such as mines or shaped charges. The hull is constructed of light alloys and is latched and bonded rather than welded to the chassis in order to prevent fatigue and failure from piezoelectric effects associated with an alloy titanium interface. The inside of the hull is lined with additional protection in the form of boron carbide ceramic tiles. each of which is coated with a polymer resin to prevent cracks or shattering during normal travel. This resin also provides limited protection against pulsed laser weapons. The tiles are also backed with a thick layer of woven, fire-resistant polymer Venler armor that limits spalling in the event of hull penetration. The driver's forward windshield is constructed of exceptionally tough quartz armored crystal. As a result of the stringent weight restriction in the design requirement, the M577's armor is comparatively light while capable of defeating battlefield shrapnel, small arms munitions and low-velocity armor-penetrating rounds such as rifle grenades. Its resistance against dedicated anti-tank weaponry is minimal. The slab-sided design also generates a high radar cross-section on the battlefield. Attempts have been made to reduce this, primarily through the incorporation of radar-absorbent materials into the hull skinning, but this has proven only partially successful. Hull paints are laser-absorbent to protect against LiDAR. While the APC incorporates an infrared camouflage feature in which cooling elements are arranged in patches and stripes beneath the skin to break up the vehicle's IR signature. The M577 is operated by a crew of 2 driver and section commander and incorporates seating for 12 passengers, 8 at the rear of the cabin plus 4 more along the starboard side, 2 of which are forward of the main access door. All seating is equipped with harness restraints to ensure occupants are secure during orbital combat drops with the exception of the gunner's seat, which is not occupied during a drop. Other than the primary access via a sliding door on the starboard side, the vehicle has a small driver's hatch on the port side. The interior is relatively spacious, allowing for ample weapons and supply stowage. The Marine 70 requirement specified that the vehicle should be able to carry sufficient ammunition and supplies for up to 3 days of fighting. While this is possible, in practice the interior of the vehicle becomes cramped. Typically, no more than 2 days of supplies and ammunition are carried, except on long-range operations where resupply is limited. The midsection of the APC houses the Tactical Operations Center (TOC), a comprehensive suite of audio and video uplinks that allow the section commander to oversee combat operations without ever setting foot outside the vehicle. From this station, the commander is able to stay in contact with the vehicle's infantry complement, monitor their EKG/EEG readings, view operations in real time, via the feeds sent from the Marines' M10 helmet cameras, and maintain communications with the outside world to a radius of 100 miles. The commander's chair is affixed to rails in the cabin floor, allowing them to traverse the length of the TOC in moments. During drops, this seat locks back against the rear bulkhead. The driver's forward view is somewhat limited thanks to the small size of the windshield, although periscope ports provided vision to the sides and forward quarters of the vehicle. Multi-function screens by the driver and commander's positions present a sensor fusion display of the tactical area around the APC. These sensors can be activated either by the driver or the section commander in the TOC. The aforementioned TOC, Tactical Operations Console, takes up a significant portion of the cabin inside the M577, but this component is vital to the Small Force C3I, Command, Control, Communications and Intelligence, available to the Marines in combat maneuvers. Consisting of a bank of individual data terminals, one for each Marine. Each Marine linked via electronic signal to the APC's TOC provides a constant data feedback loop which consolidates several forms of information for tactical analysis by the commanding officer. Overseeing the team. The most important signal is the real-time display of a Marine's helmet camera, which allows the commanding officer to make decisions and direct movement without verbal updates via radio. The other data stream fed to the TOC is the computer-assisted visual log of the information collected by the non-contact transducers in the M3 marine armor, which constantly apprises the commanding officer of the physiological condition of the Marine squad linked to the APC, regardless of audio-visual transmissions. The M3 armor transducers and the TOC provide a longitudinal comparison graph which can allow an attending qualified medical officer to make an assessment as to the combat condition of an individual Marine. The four primary sensors which provide this crucial MOSINT to the TOC are an electrocardiogram, ECG, ballistocardiogram, BCG, electroencephalogram, EEG, and an electroculogram, EOG. In line with its role as a fast-deploying tactical assault vehicle, the M577 is outfitted with a formidable array of weaponry to support its infantry complement.
Now a word from our sponsor. The Beard Struggle specialize in beard-related products, from beard oils to straighteners. There is a link in the description below. If you follow it and sign up, you'll get 15% off of your first purchase.
The vehicle's primary armament is in the form of a roof-mounted turret to the rear that offers a 360-degree field of fire and the ability to engage targets from the protection of a hull-down position. The turret is entirely self-contained, including ammunition and power supply, and mounted on a track that runs down the rear of the APC, allowing it to be depressed to the rear to significantly reduce the vehicle's headroom for dropship transport. Weapons are stabilized within the turret to allow for firing whilst the vehicle is on the move. The turret can be elevated and depressed between +85 and -7 degrees, while additional hydraulic rams allow for it to be tilted up to 15 degrees in all axes, providing additional elevation or maintaining a level firing platform for the weapons. The turret can be controlled manually, either by the section commander in the TOC or from the gunner's position inside the APC, or it can be set to automatic. In the latter mode, millimeter wave targeting radars mounted in the turret are able to communicate with the APC's sensor array, allowing the weapons to track and engage targets detected by the vehicle's primary sensor suite. Alternatively, the turret can use its own ground mapping and search functions to acquire targets independently. Over the course of its deployment and development, several different turret weapons systems were developed for the M577, offering different capabilities depending on mission parameters. A forward cupola mounted on the starboard side of the vehicle contains a pair of synchronized Republic Electric RE700 20mm rotary cannon. These are fed by a 1,700 round multi-feed ammunition dispenser offering a selection of high-explosive armor-piercing, HEAP, and beehive-type anti-personnel flechette, APF, rounds at the flick of a switch. As with the M577's main turret, the forward cupola is capable of tracking targets automatically, either on its own or by interfacing with the APC's main sensors, unusually for a weapon of this caliber. The RE700 uses a binary propellant system. The only other such system in colonial marine service is the 25mm Gauss-113 aboard the Cheyenne dropship. The individual rounds carry no propellant of their own, and are mechanically fed into the gun's revolving chambers before being sprayed with hypergolic binary propellants that ignite and launch the round. This system offers substantial weight, rate of fire and reliability advantages over traditional caseless weapon designs, making it ideally suited to its role in providing anti-personnel support in the M577. One drawback to the weapon is that its mounting position means it can only cover the APC's forward arc, traversing between 60 degrees left and right of axis, and cannot be fired from a hull-down position. In addition to its gun turrets, The M577 is also equipped with 2 missile launchers loaded with multi-role DSGR smart missiles capable of destroying light armor and other high-value targets. The missiles are fitted with a range of guidance systems, including automatic lock-on before launch and lock-on after launch capability. They can also be remotely laser-guided from the APC gunner station. When not in use, the launchers are concealed beneath panels on the vehicle's roof. Active defenses for the M577 include a smoke/chaff/decoy flare dispenser mounted to the rear of the vehicle, supplied by a multi-cartridge rotary feed. As well as a visual barrier, the particulate smoke employed also serves to disrupt ranging or pulsed lasers. The APC is also fitted with a fire control jammer capable of spoofing millimeter wave tracking radars, although power available for this system is limited. These defense countermeasures are automatically deployed if activated by the driver or section commander. Thank you for watching this breakdown on the APC, Armored Personnel Carrier of the Colonial Marines. All information contained in this file is classified, and belongs to the Wayland Yutani Corporation. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos like this one. However, normally with a human voice. Also check out my other channels and social media linked in the description below.